I'm Alicia Cuthbert, and I play Kira in The Cellar.
I'm Brendan Muldowney. I'm the director of The Cellar.
I'm Owen Mackin, and I play Brian in the cellar.
It's about a family who move into a new house, and the daughter goes missing in the cellar, and Kira, the mother, tries to find out what's happened to her. It came from a short film that I made in 2004 called The 10 Steps. So, you know, it's been a long time in gestation, is it? Gestation, yeah. It was a short film that it crossed between, you know, it won Best Short at the Sitges Film Festival in 2005 and won Best Short at the New York International Children's Film Festival. So it was one of these things that just, it hit it hit a very broad audience sort of range. So that's where it came from. The maths, I mean, what was it? We had a quote the other day.
The math is a devil. Is that it?
Math is the devil's work.
Math is a devil's work.
Yeah.
That's why math is a devil's work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you just not like math in school?
Well, it wasn't. No, I mean, look. The thing is, when I was trying to make it from a short to a feature, I knew that I had went through many different mythologies and things. I went through Irish mythology, and then what happened was I went, this has to be related to maths in some way. And the first thing I looked up when I must have Googled maths, and I don't know what the other search word was, but the first thing that came up was evil numbers. And I went, oh, okay, maybe there's something here. But as it turns out, evil numbers are just very boring. There's nothing, there's nothing interesting. But maybe, so that's really where it came from, is I just went, this has to be related to the...
Did you just basically now, you've turned the number 10 into an evil number. That's what's happened.
Maybe, or
Yeah.
11 maybe.
Yeah, 11, yeah. So you've actually now created an evil number.
Exactly, yeah.
That's amazing. Obviously, when you see the film, you can see that, you know, more and more things are happening that are mysterious in the house, but also I think her drive is her children. You know, once Kara goes missing, it's, you know, you do whatever you can to try to save her or find her, and so I think that's her real drive in the film, is to rescue her daughter.
Yeah, and it's really interesting what the characters that Brendan created in terms of, like, you know, the dynamic between the husband and wife and their kids. That's what kind of ends up being like the emotional crux of the story. But initially, like, Brian doesn't actually believe Kira, because, like, you know, when you've got
Right.
someone missing and you think it's to do with something of the supernatural, how do you actually explain that?
Yeah.
Right? And how does someone actually believe you or not believe you, which almost like makes, you know, force your character to be almost more alone.
Yeah.
Mine was actually because the little boy Dylan, who's playing Stephen, didn't believe me when I told him that the house we were filming in was haunted, and it was haunted. There was like a really weird sort of old chapel in it, right? That's like, because
Yes,
a lot of
there
these
was.
old Irish houses have like their own little kind of internal chapels and stuff.
A lot of history there.
A lot of history, and he didn't believe me that it was haunted. And then we went on this little walk through the corridors at nighttime, in between filming some setups, and we heard some stuff, and then he believed me.
Yeah.
And then it was great. And then suddenly, like, and that for me was the most fun, because then he's like, we've got to go film this horror movie next. And Brendan's like going, so you're scared? And he's like, yeah.
We also filmed at like the very beginning and the height of COVID, and we really got this group together. You got this group together, and we had to quarantine for 2 weeks. So a highlight for me was being able to sort of be alone in the middle of the Irish countryside and just completely dive into the script for 2 weeks before we even started filming, which was incredible, because I mean, when do you get to do that without any distraction? And it was just, looking back on it now, it was really a really unique situation and a really special thing that I got to do before the film. And the film itself, that we got through the film and we made it happen in such a crazy time, and everyone just did their part, and we got it done, and it was just a pleasure from start to finish, even in this crazy COVID situation.
And yours was obviously working with us, right?
Obviously.
Done.
No, I mean, look, there's so many moments for me, you know, so, you know, you could say even just the first day of principal photography, right till today even, like, I mean, that's filmmaking. There's always so many near misses, and I mean, even getting here to South by Southwest, I didn't think I was going to make it, because I had COVID for the last 2 weeks, and I didn't think I was going to get here, but I finally started to test negative and I could fly, but up till then I thought I was going to miss it.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that it's an interesting part of the film where this husband and wife are so preoccupied with their jobs, which so many people are, and especially within being occupied with social media and all this, and it's like they're not even realizing what their kids are doing. So it's like an added layer to it where the guilt is there because of that, and I mean, you could probably touch more on why you wrote it, but it added a really interesting layer to the film, I thought.
Yeah, you know, the film went through many different versions of, you know, characters, ideas. At one stage, it was just a long version of the short film, but at one stage, the short film was just a prologue, and what happened was a new family moved in, and the lead was a 16, 17-year-old girl, and I was finding it very hard to send that character to where, you know, to punish her, basically, the way the plot unfolds. And I found it easier to punish Kira in this advertising sort of,
Right.
because in a way what she's doing at the start, there's a campaign they're running, and she's talking about really manipulating
young people,
young girls. So in a way, there's a sort of poetic justice in a way that unfolds throughout the film.
And South by Southwest is the best festival. This place is great. I don't know. I mean, South by Southwest has some great history of some Irish films, but it's also supported really, really cool films. So you kind of know if you're in South by Southwest, you're part of the cool kids. So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was at the filmmakers' launch, the lunch yesterday, and I found it really moving. And this is I'm quite cynical, and I found it really moving to see Janet talking about how delighted she was to see all the filmmakers back in the room again. So yeah, no, I'm feeling very privileged to be here.
Yeah, I think we're pretty aware of the fact that, you know, this didn't get to happen last year, and the fact that our film timed out that we could actually be here in person we feel very grateful for that. And so we're basically taking in as much as we can and not taking it for granted, that's for sure. So I'm excited to be here.